Hello out there to you. In this video, we're going to do 3 by 3, or, well, the first one's 3 by 3. The second one is just a little more complicated than the traditional 2 by 2. This is sometimes called a standard form game. So we've got two players. If you want, you could pause the video right now, try to solve the game for the Nash equilibrium, the dominated strategies, see if you have any of that, and then you can unpause the video and see if you're right. Okay, and now let's go through the answers. So let's do Earl first. Earl has three strategies: hammer, anvil, and stirrup. And Earl's payouts are the first number. Now we're going to assume that these numbers are positive. It didn't tell us in the problem whether they're positive or negative. Let's use red for Earl, and then we'll use purple for Duvall. Okay, so the red payouts are belong to Earl. So if Duvall says stop, we're going to look at these three strategies or choices. Which one gives us the highest payout? It's going to be this one, so we're going to go ahead and circle that. Then if Duvall does drop, we're looking at this payout, and this payout, and we're seeing which one would be best, and so it would still be best to do stirrup because 16 is better than 6 or 9. And then finally, Earl could go stirrup, would go stirrup if Duvall does roll. Okay, so circle that one. Okay, and so seeing that Earl is going to do stirrup, or he's better off doing stirrup regardless of what Duvall does, gives us this outcome, and so that is what's called the dominant strategy. And then these two strategies here are called dominated strategies. Earl's not going to do them. So pretty much we can ignore them. Then for Duvall, Duvall is the second payout. So if Earl does hammer, which he won't, but let's just say that he will, the best one for Duvall, 14, 6, or 3, it's 14. We're going to circle it. If Earl does anvil, what's best for Duvall? Stop, drop, or roll, and that would be to drop. And then what's best for Duvall when Earl does his dominant strategy, which is stirrup? That would be to roll. Okay, and so this right here, this is your Nash equilibrium. Now this question comes with some questions here. Who are the players? It's Earl and Duvall. What strategies are available to Duvall? Stop, drop, and roll. If Earl plays hammer and Duvall plays roll, what is Earl's payoff? Okay, so if Earl plays hammer and Duvall plays roll, then Earl would get 5. We're just reading that right off the table. And then if Earl plays stirrup and Duvall plays drop, what is Duvall's payoff? Earl plays stirrup, okay, and Duvall plays drop. What is Duvall's payoff? Duvall's payoff would be 3. So this would be 3, and then this one was 5. Okay, and those are the questions that go with that. But solving here, Duvall doesn't have a dominant strategy. He doesn't have a dominated strategy either. He has a mixed strategy. Okay, we're going to go down here. Got a different game. We got Fireman Sam and Mr. Benn. Let's solve this one. If you want to pause it, try to solve it yourself, go ahead. You can take a screenshot and then circle it just like I'm doing. Okay, let's use some different colors. Let's do orange this time for Mr. Benn and blue for Fireman Sam. So Mr. Benn, if Fireman Sam does stop, what's best for Mr. Benn? It's going to be this choice. If Fireman Sam does drop, what's best for Mr. Benn? It would be this choice. And if Fireman Sam does roll, what's better for Mr. Benn? It's this one right here. Mr. Benn does not have a dominant strategy, but he does have a dominated strategy. He's never going to do this one. So we could effectively eliminate that one. All right, let's do Fireman Sam's choices. When Mr. Benn tries on costume, what should Fireman Sam do? He should stop. And that is a Nash equilibria. So there's one of them at least. And then if Mr. Benn looks for adventure, what's best for Fireman Sam? It's to stop. If Mr. Benn does hesitate, which he won't, but if he did, what's the best outcome? It's this one right here. And then if Mr. Benn opens the door, what's best for Fireman Sam? It would be this one. And so for Fireman Sam, drop is a dominated strategy. Okay, and then the Nash equilibria is right here. That is not a prisoner's dilemma because that is a pretty good outcome, right? There's worse outcomes that could have come. So find each player's dominant strategy. If any, you would say neither player has a dominant strategy, and then we just said the dominated strategy. So a little more complicated when you have more strategies, but still doable. Just slow it down and circle what's likely and what's best for each player.